duty here. There we go. Hey, hold on just one sec. I'm in the middle of very important duty here. There we go. Takes a steady hand. It's harder than it looks, actually. You ever come into service and you see, the acolytes when they start the service, and they're usually a little smaller than me, and they're trying to get some leverage and aim it, and you're trying to worship, but out of the corner of your eye, you're watching them, you're like, oh yeah, you can do this, I believe in you. And then they finally get it lit, and you want to stand up and cheer, but you can't because you're already standing up and cheering for God through song, and so you don't get a chance to cheer for the acolyte. Well, regardless, I think it's safe to say being an acolyte is not necessarily easy stuff, and that is why we are talking about these amazing servants, acolytes, on this episode of Chuck Knows Church. Acolyte. It's a strange word, isn't it? Acolyte. We borrow it from the Greek word akoluthos. Ooh, that one's lovely. Akoluthos, which means to follow. Therefore, an acolyte is a follower. A follower of who, you might ask? Or whom, if you speak with proper English? I might respond, a follower of Jesus Christ. That's whom. Or who, if I spoke in proper English. So in a way, it's weird, but all Christians are acolytes since we are all followers of Christ, right? The word acolyte is also translated as helper or assistant, and that's probably the most common way we think of it here at church. The acolyte helping out the pastor in the worship service. In fact, there are lots of things that the acolytes actually do. In some churches, they take care of the vestments or check that the sanctuary is ready before worship. They might carry the processional banner or assist the pastor with communion. Or baptism, or make sure nobody else parks in the pastor's spot. The list goes on and on, and actually on. But what is most often expected of the acolyte is the lighting of the candle before worship and the extinguishing of said candle after the service. You see, the acolyte brings the light of Christ, the light of the world, into worship, using it to light the candles that are most often at the communion table. It signifies Christ is present with us. Then, at the conclusion of the service, to demonstrate how the light of Christ never goes out, acolytes take that light with them as they leave out into the world. It's a symbol of us being the light of Christ in the world, a light that never goes out. If you'd like to learn more, ask your pastor. Tell them Chuck sent you. It came back on, didn't it?